Can you hear me, ma? Can you hear me properly as usual every day? How you hear?
Yes,
is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma. So you all would be knowing about the message which Principal Sir had already put in your group regarding your completion of your syllabus, regarding your practicals. That is, you're going to go to schools on December 1st, from 1st, and then you'll have your examination in the January itself. So put everything in your mind and make sure every day you revise, because when suddenly college starts, you don't even have time to breathe, because the situations are like that, and you will be going to schools. It will be very tough. I won't say in the terms of tough means, because you won't be having time. Homemakers won't be having time. So that is the reason I'm telling you all, make sure every day you try to revise what is given in the classroom. You try to see to it. Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because I cannot see people. Okay, ma. So let us continue the class today. I don't want to waste much of the time. So already information has been given to you about your final exams and about your third semester. So about EPC 3 and EPC 4, madams are going to discuss about that. So now coming to our 4.4 policies and practices in teacher education. Today we are going to wind up that topic as soon as possible, because we have been discussing about teacher education from past 2 days now. We spoke about policies, we spoke about what practices are being given in teacher education. Today we are going to see about national and regional institutions of teacher education. So where are these institutions and what kinds of aims and objectives they have? So we are going to discuss about that. Much information has been given in your textbook, ma. In the examination point of view, they won't ask you individually what institutions are there. So it's better you only know their names and one or two aims and objectives. For example, national level, there is NCRT, NAYUPA, NCT. So these national, what do they function in and what is its full forms? For example, what is NCRT? For example, what is NCTE? So what are their functions? Because all the functions look the same. All the council or all the programs or all the national level programs, especially for teacher education, they all have the same functionality. So you may get confused. So that is the reason what you're going to do is you will remember the names of the regional institutions and also the names of the national institutions, which especially help out in teacher education. So today, whatever is there in the textbook, we are going to discuss. There is no extra information given. So first one is regional institutions of education. So as I already told you, regional institutions of education is nothing but people are still coming. So regional institutions of education, which is called as RIES. This is nothing but these are the institutions, especially they provide you 4 years integrated course now. This 4-year integrated course you all will be knowing. Yours is a 2-year BEd course. These 4-year integrated course is nothing but 3 years of your degree and 1 year of your BEd. For example, depending upon the groups or the methods you choose, you have to choose before you go for your degree. That is based on your degree only. You will select your M1 and M2 in the BEd colleges. So before that itself, this 4-year integrated course is nothing but, if you all want to, 4-year courses is the same, like first your degree choice and then your then this BEd course of 1 year. So altogether 4 years. These kind of integrated courses are called as regional institutions of education. These regional institutions of education, the main prime reason to see, this is what they do is, what is the main criteria of regional institutions are nothing but they try to see to it that the policies of the state and union territories are assisted and implemented now. These, the main prime aim or the objective of regional institutions of regional institution of education is, it see to it that whatever policies or whatever programs being conducted by the state level, what they're going to do is they're going to assist them in implementing it. They try to monitor them, they try to evaluate them. So the central sponsored schemes, whatever the central is sponsoring the scheme, as I already told you in the beginning of this class, central government acts as a body which frames all the legal on teacher education. It is called as the legal framework of teacher education. So central government acts as a legalite for working on teacher education. Whereas in state governments try to implement various programs and schemes and undertake largely by the state government. So what this regional institution of education will do is, whatever central sponsored schemes, for example, there are some central sponsored schemes like SOPT, DPEP and SSA. Now SOPT is nothing but special orientation of primary teachers now. If you ever heard about the term SOPT, it is nothing but special orientation of primary teachers. DPEP is nothing but district primary education program, and SSA is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. So all these three, which are sponsored by the central government, when the sponsorship will come, or whenever there is a what we call as program which is sponsored by the central government, these regional institutions of education, what they do is they try to assist and they try to implement and monitor them. So that is the duty of regional institutions of education. These regional institutions of education are mainly in few of the places called as, for example, they are at Ajmer, they are located at Ajmer, they are located at Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Mysore and Shillong. So all these 5 regional centers act, you remember one thing, again I'm telling you, these regional centers, the main idea of this, or else these regional centers have 4 years integrated course now, especially for sciences and humanities. So they have this 4 years integrated course for the subjects called as science and humanities. What these regional institutions do, they try to assist and implement and monitor and evaluate whatever the central government programs they sponsor. So like what programs? SOPT, and next one is DPEP, this is called as DPIP, another one is SSA. So these act as assisting bodies. Whatever the central government suggests, these act as the assisting bodies. Those are called as regional institutions of education, which are only that is, which are only located at 5 places, where Ajmer is one, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Mysore and Shillong. So that is one of the regional institutions. So what these regional institutions do, I already told you, the main thing is to give quality teacher at secondary level, to make a teacher qualified, to give a teacher quality education in the secondary level. So we are speaking about the regional institutions. Regional institution, the name itself is called as Regional Institution of Education, which is situated at 5 places. That is Bhopal, I already told you that these are located at Ajmer, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar, Mysore and Shillong, which gives education to both in-service as well as the pre-service programs. In these special colleges, there are 4 years integrated course, main especially for sciences subject and humanities. So what does these regional institutions do? They try to assist some central government sponsored programs. They try to see that every college, whether it is in-service or pre-service, they see to it, they try to monitor them and they try to evaluate the program which has been sponsored by the central government. So that is regional institution of education. When you write an exam, in your textbook, there are about full pages given, both the sides of the pages given about the regional institution. So no need of writing so to remember few of the points. As I told you, it gives 4 years integrated teacher education course in science and humanities. And next one, the main is the objective of this is to prepare quality teachers at secondary level. Prepare quality teachers at secondary level. I know you would be knowing what is secondary level. Secondary level is from 8th, 9th to 10th students. So they try to see to it, and it conducts both in-service and pre-service programs which are centrally sponsored by the government. Like centrally sponsored programs, I told you, SP, SOPT, DPEP and SSA are the central sponsored programs which this will take over. And also it sees to it that these are being implemented into the schools and colleges. So that is RTE. Now coming to the next institution is, yes ma'am.
Ma'am, full form of DTEP, can you tell me once again?
District Primary Education Program.
District Primary Education. Okay, ma'am.
DPEP, okay, District Primary Education Program. So these are all SOPT is Special Orientation of Primary Teachers, special orientations to primary teachers, SOPT, and DPEP and SSA you will be knowing that is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. So it sees to it that all these programs have been implemented and it sees it acts as an assisting body to the central government body. So that is why it is called as a regional institution of education. Now coming to the second one is Institute of Advanced Study in Education, IASCS. You remember in the sentence, in the abbreviation itself, it shows Advanced Studies in Education. Now this was established in the year 1987. The prime reason of this IASCS is nothing but those who want to continue their education. For example, after BEd, for example in Sri Indu there is no MEd college, but these IASCS college institutions are institutions which give them for advanced studies also. So soon after they finish their BEd, if they want to go for MEd, they can go in the same college. That is, they have a continuation. For example, if they want to, there are some education colleges where you have BEd, where you have MEd, where you have MPhil, you have MA education, all together in the same college. The names under the same branch. So these are the institutions which provide institutions of advanced studies in education. So the main thing is these colleges help for the advanced study in education. So if, for example, there will be DED college, DED you will be knowing, then BEd college, DED is Diploma in Education, BEd is Bachelor in Education, MEd is Masters in Education, and after MEd, most of the people try to do MPhil. But MPhil is not there now. MPhil is not there. They removed the what they call course called MPhil now. But IASC, that is Institution of Advanced Studies in Education, provide higher education now. I already told you on the one branch all these will be there. It is not only education, but these institutions also provide other programs like MBA, MCA, all the master programs. So it is a very big institutions which are again sponsored mostly by the central government. So if they wanted to do, because there are some women, they wanted to do in-service program. So after they doing their BEd, they wanted to do MEd even when they work out. But these are not in a distance mode, but regularly you have to come and do in the college. So in-service programs are there, pre-service programs are there, and also if you all want to go for advanced education, that is after your BEd you want to go for MEd, and then after MEd in the same college itself, then after MEd you can go for MPhil. But as of now, MPhil is not there. MPhil course has been removed. So when you want to go for advanced learning, then institutions like Institution of Advanced Studies in Education has been established. So under the same roof, under the same college, under the same circumstances, you are going to continue and advance your education system. So that is called as Institution of Advanced Studies in Education, that is IASCS. Now coming to the third one is College of Teacher Education. The College of Teacher Education is nothing but it is, for example, it is centrally sponsored scheme. What does this scheme do is, for example, National Policy on Education 1986. Under National Policy of Education 1986, when this policy was being for example, when this policy came, what the National Policy on Education, what they have planned, the government have planned to establish these colleges of teacher education. So during NPE 1986, the College of Education has been introduced. Why? The main reason to introduce is to have, as I already told you, NPE. In NPE, what they used to say is education is a continuous process. That is, whether it is in service or whether it is pre-service, it is a continuous process. So, putting that in the mind, NPE 1986 has introduced College of Teacher Education. So, College of Teacher Education was established after NPE 1986 has been established. So, the main thing is, I already told you, NPE 1986 stipulates that teacher education is a continuous process and its pre-service and in-service components are inseparable. I already told you it is inseparable. That is, even after you complete your BEd, if you want to continue your education, and as a teacher, every day you have to educate yourself. Every day new things you have to know to tell students, because what is going around you, you have to know, and that only you're going to implement in the classroom. So as education is a continuous process, putting that in mind, College of Teacher Education has been established. So what was the main thing? To organize pre-service teacher education courses for preparation of secondary teachers. So what are the main objectives, or what are the functions of this CTE? And the role and functions of CTE is they try to organize pre-service teacher education courses for preparation of secondary teachers. Not only that, they try to conduct experiments and innovations in secondary education. Experiments and innovation is new type of. So these acts or these plays the role in conducting experiments and innovatives in secondary education. Not only that, it also tries to support RMSA. RMSA is another one, Rashtriya Madhyamik Shiksha Abhiyan, because it is in the secondary level. It speaks about the secondary education. It tries to support RMSA in preparing orientation programs and preparing resource persons. So, College of Teacher Education is an institution which will try to support RMSA programs in preparing orientation programs and preparing resource persons. So remember, you just write down only few points. If they ask you what are the national and regional institutions which help teacher education, you just put the heading, write the full form. For example, I tell you, write the short form CTE, then write the College of Teacher Education. When was it established? Under which government it was established? Under what policy it came? And what are the major role and functions or aim and objectives? Any 2 points are enough. No need of writing full pages of answers for this, because it will be waste of time, because there are many institutions, there are many national and regional institutions which help out teacher education. So now coming to the next one is the DITES. DITES are nothing but District Institutions of Education and Training. As sites, that is, as a College of Teacher Education was established after NPE 1986, in the central level and in the state level, district level also it was established. So those district level established colleges are called as DITE colleges. You all be knowing DITE colleges. There are some colleges which are called as DITE colleges. That is, they only give DEDs. There are no BEd or no MEd. Only DED colleges are called as DITE colleges. DED, you will be knowing, Diploma in Education. That is, whoever teacher wants to teach for the primary level, elementary level, those teachers are trained in DED colleges. Those colleges are called as DITE colleges. DITE college is another, after the NPE 1986, this in the district level, this was established. So even they have a few of the major functions, major roles. You can just have a look of them. DITE colleges are the colleges for elementary education. You have to remember this was for the elementary education. Diet colleges are for elementary education, and college of teacher education is at the secondary level, especially for pre-service and in-service programs. And also they assist RMSA, which is they support RMSA. Not only support them, they also try to prepare resource persons for RMSA, that is College of Teacher Education seats. Now, DIET is a district level program which was established after NPE 1986. The main motto was to prepare teachers for quality education. As I told you, NPE 1986 main criteria was, as they thought, teacher education is a continuous process, whether it is in service or pre-service. So proper quality education should be given to the teacher. If a proper education is given to the teacher, even teacher tries to give the same to the student. So putting that in mind, NPE 1986 in the central level, they have introduced colleges of teacher education, central as well as state level, and in the district level, DIETS, that is why it is called as DIET colleges. DIET colleges are DED colleges. Ours is BED, Bachelor in Education. DIET colleges only offer the course called DED, that is Diploma in Education in the district level. So those are called as DIET colleges. What are their major functions? You can just see through your textbooks, ma'am. Whatever is given in your textbook is fine enough. Now coming to the national institutions. So these all come under yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, they don't take BEDs. They only continue these diet schools, colleges for DED.
Most
only DED.
Only DED, ma. Diet colleges only DED most of the time, because regional, for example, we are speaking about the district level. No, the name itself says District Institution of Education and Training. District level, what happens is most of the children after the 10th, they only do their intermediates. They don't feel like doing degrees. So for those kind of children in the district level, these colleges were introduced. Those are called as diet colleges.
Ma'am, they also have the time, like how many years? 2 years or 1 year?
1 year, ma. 1 year for DED, no, ma. 1 year for diet, but I don't know, nowadays it's 2 years, I think so. Or 1 year, I'm not sure. But previous it was only 1 year.
Okay. So elementary level schools, that means first to fifth.
First to fifth. They can only teach from first to fifth. They're not eligible for the secondary level, ma. They're only eligible for primary and elementary level. That's it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Their curriculum will be different. Their everything will be different. Only diploma course. It is just like a diploma course. But majority, when we see, majority of diet people only get government jobs. When seen when compared to the BED. So most of the time what they do is, even who have done their PGs also, they try to do DED. I know few of them, after they are doing the BED also, few of them have done their DED, diploma course again, to teach in the primary level, because it is must and sure. If you do BED and if you ask them, I want to go for primary teaching, they won't allow you in the government institutions. So you have to do DED for primary teaching. Is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now coming to the national level, what are the institutions, or what are the national institutions of teacher education? First one is NCERT. You know what is NCERT? NCERT is nothing but National Council for Educational Research and Training. So these NCERT, along with the 6 regional institutions. Now regional institutions, I told you what are regional institutions. So NCERT, with the help of other 6 regional institutions, what they try to do is, it acts as a, one second, ma. So we are speaking about the national level organizations for teacher education, ma. The first one is NCERT, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training. This was established as an autonomous body by the Government of India. Now, the Union Minister for HRD is the chairman for all the ministers of education in the state, and union territories are the members. So just write down a para which I'm going to give you. NCERT, write down the heading as NCERT. Write the heading as NC, put the heading as National Level Organizations for Teacher Education. National Council of Educational Research and Training. Okay, so just make a note now. Was NCERT was established. NCERT was established as an autonomous body by the Government of India. By the Government of India. The Union Minister, after Government of India, put stop, then continue writing. The Union Minister for HRD. HRD is Human Resource Development. HRD is the chairman of all the ministers of education, is the chairman of the Union Minister for HRD is the chairman, just strike off after what I've told you, is the chairman, and all the ministers, after the chairman write down, and all the ministers of education, in the states and union territories are members. And union territories are members. We'll stop, continue writing. UGC chairman and four nominated vice chancellors, UGC chairman and four nominated vice chancellors of the universities and nominees of government of India are the members of the council. of the council. Full stop. Continue writing. The council is headed by a director to look after day-to-day administration. Okay, ma'am. This paragraph I gave you from another textbook, which is not given in your textbook, because NCERT is very important, ma'am. National Council of Education, Research and Training. So how many members are there in the council and who are elected in this council? I gave you a small paragraph. The rest is given in your textbook. When it has been established, it was established in the year 1961, ma'am. So beside NCERT, you write down it was established in the year 1961. This is a body by the central government. MHRD is the helper for this National Council, which is very important. If we have time after we complete our fifth unit also, if we have time, every day we are going to speak about one, for example, one day we are going to discuss about NCERT, one day we are going to discuss about NCTE, one day we are going to discuss about NAYUPA, and one day we are going to discuss about the UGC. So these four act as a very important bodies of teacher education. So these regional institutions, IAS, these doesn't pay that much, but national level, these are the main bodies to implement everything. These are the main bodies to give permission to the BEd or DED or all these colleges. So these act as a major bodies. So these four we are going to discuss in the classroom, where you are going to discuss like a seminar. But after we complete of our 2 units, that is after we complete our portion, if still we have some time, if still there is time left out, we are going to discuss on them. Now this is about NCERT, the small para which I gave you. Now what does this NCERT do is, the major thing is they try to arrange pre-service and in-service trainings at the higher level, that is in the university level also. So these NCERT act as a arranger. For example, they arrange pre-service and in-service training at the higher level. Not only that, NCERT also tries to publish necessary textbooks. So whatever textbooks we are study material we are studying, whatever journals we are studying, whatever textbooks we are studying, under the supervision of NCERT only these are printed. Remember that. Okay, it is under NCERT only, that is National Council of Educational Research and Training. Any publishing of any necessary textbook, that is publishing of necessary textbooks, journals and other literature for achieving the objectives, every study material relating to education under the provision of NCERT only, under these norms only these textbooks are printed. Is it clear, ma? So whatever study material you are studying for education, everything, that is textbook form or the journal form or the study material form, everything under the supervision of NCERT only, these are being published. So that is one of the major, major role or the function of NCT. And also these NCERT, what they try to do is, they try to search for these talented students. They search for talented students and they award them scholarship. So NCERT, there is also another side of NCERT. Apart from printing or apart from publishing these textbooks, it also tries to select a few of the students according to NCERT and try to give them scholarships for their further education. You have to remember that, for their further education, especially in science, technology and social science, especially in science, technology and social science. So NCERT, you have to remember, NCERT along with the 6 regional institutions of education and also NAYUPA tries to implement many of the programs and policies in the state level. Remember that NCERT along with the 6 regional institutions. Now what are regional institutions? In the beginning of the class I told you RIES, these regional institutions, and with the help of NAYUPA, you will be knowing what is NAYUPA. So these 3 come together to give what they call is to conduct some programs. For example, in the state level, we have CTs, that is College of Teacher Education, and institutions of advanced learning in education. These try to conduct in the state level, and in the district level, these are the bodies who are responsible for conducting these programs. In the central level, it is SC, NCERT, NAYUPA with 6 regional institutions of education. These 3 bodies are responsible to implement a few programs, policies regarding in-service and pre-service teacher education. In the state level, we have to implement at the state level colleges like CTES and IASCS. In the district level, DITES, and also many of the program. I already told you in the BRCs, that is Block Resource Clusters, and Block Resource Centers and Cluster Resource Centers. So NCERT is the main council which help to implement all these things. Now coming to the next one is NCTE. The first one we spoke about NCERT. We have to discuss NCERT in a long run because there are many objectives, many aims why NCERT has been established. So NCERT plays a major role. You have to remember that NCERT plays a major role. NCERT is funded by MHRD, that is Ministry of Human Resource and Development. In the central level, those people try to support NCERT. So funding is given for NCERT from MHRD. Now coming to the next one is NCTE, that is National Council of Teacher Education. Next one is National Council of Teacher Education. NCTE is also one of the body of central government which is responsible to plan and coordinate. You have to remember NCTE acts as a administrator. It tries to organize, it tries to plan and organize few of the programs. So what does NCTE do is, NCERT is different, NCTE is different. Again I'm telling you, NCTE is a statutory body of the central government which is responsible to plan and coordinate. What does it plan? It tries to plan minimum qualification. It tries to plan how much the qualification should be for different courses. For BD, how many courses? For how many years? For DED, how many years? For MED, how many years? So this is NCTE, that is National Council of Teacher Education, decides minimum qualification, that is minimum qualification criteria to enter into DED courses, criteria to enter into BED, and criteria to enter into MED. So what should be the minimum qualification is decided by the NCTE, because this is the one which plans and coordinates everything in teacher education. It not only sees through the minimum qualification, but also it sees what courses have to be given, what content should be given, and what is the duration of the courses. So remember, NCTE acts, or NCTE is the main person who who decides what is the minimum qualification to enter into any teacher course. Next one, it sees to it that what should be the course, what should be the course duration, and what content should be there in the course, also decided by the NCTE. Not only that, it also grants a recognition. For example, what is granting recognition? It gives approval to the colleges whether to establish education colleges or not. If NCTE does not allow or does not give any approval to establish colleges, then it is a fail. If they reject the approval, then there is no need of, that is, it clearly says that you are not supposed to establish any institution. So it gives approval, it grants recognition to institutions, whether it is government or whether it is government aided or whether it is a self-financing colleges. That is, if suppose in the future any one of you all want to establish any colleges, whether it is DED college, whether it is BED college, or whether it is MED college, because you have to have an approval from the NCTE. So NCTE itself gives permission, it grants a recognition to the colleges. So every 2 years or every 5 years, NCTE sees to it whether the colleges which they have given, which they have granted recognition, it sees to it whether it is fully functioning in a proper way or not. So NCTE is a council, so National Council of Teacher Education sees through all these things. Now, I already told you, it is responsible to plan and coordinate. It tries to plan and coordinate, not only tries to plan and coordinate, but also this is one of the body which gives the grant, what we call as grant recognitions to the colleges. Not only that, it sees to the course content and duration of the course, and not only that, minimum qualification to enter into the courses. All these are decided by NCTE. So don't get confused with NCERT, don't get confused with NCERT, don't get confused with NCTE. So we spoke about National Council of Education Research and Training. That is different, that is totally different, and NCTE is totally different. Though they belong, both of them belong to the central government only, but they have different functions, different roles to play in teacher education. Now coming to the next one, we spoke about NCERT, we spoke about NCT. Another one is called as UGC, University Grants Commission. Now, who can anybody tell me who was the first chairman of UGC, ma?
Kothari, ma'am.
Yeah, you're right, Ramani, it is Kothari. So that is why it is called as University Grants Commission. Also, we put that name for the Kothari Commission. So, Kothari was the first chairman of University Grants Commission. University Grant Commission abbreviation lone, you will be knowing it grants aid to teacher education. For example, if you finish off your BED or if you finish off your MED, you want to go for further studies. That is, you wanted to do your PhD. So for that kind of research work, this UGC will grant in aids. For example, they give you stipend. If you want to do your PhD, that is about 5 years, when you write your what we call as research education, for example, when you write the entrance examination, that is RAWSET, when you write RAWSET, when you get good marks or when you get good rank, UGC will give you stipend for that. So UGC is the which provides what we call as funding for postdoctorate courses. So PhD is a doctorate course. If you want to do this 5 years, UGC is the commission which grants you stipend. So UGC acts as a commission which help if a teacher want to study furtherly, even after your BED, after your MED, most of them what they try to do is they try to do their PhD. But PhD is very expensive. As it is being very expensive, what they do is UGC grants funding to the teachers, that is to improve or to what you say is to go for further studies. So what they do is, if they want to go for advanced education, UGC is the person which tries to fund the teachers in their postdoctorate work. Not only that, they also provide awareness of new innovative and researches in teacher education. That is nothing but doctorate. If you want to have, see, 5 years is a research work, where 3 years you have to research on a proper topic, especially in education, and 2 years you're going to write your thesis. So all these 5 years, if you want to go for further studies, if you want to go for advanced education, then UGC grants you the financial support. UGC is the body which grants you financial support in the form of stipend, because as it is being very expensive, so UGC plays a major role. If you want to become a doctorate in education, then UGC is the body body which tries to fund you. So that is UGC. We spoke about NCERT, we spoke about NCTE. Now coming to the last one is NAYUPA. NAYUPA is nothing but National University of Education, Planning and Administration. NAYUPA is nothing but National University of Educational Planning and Administration. So before I told you about NCERT, next I told you about NCTE, next I told you about UGC. The last one is NAYUPA. NAYUPA is nothing but National University of Educational Planning and Administration. So NAYUPA is one of the what we say is one of the universities which have many objectives. What I want to say is any program implemented by NCERT, any rule or functions implemented by NCTE, or any grant in aids presented by UGC, all these three, with the help of NAYUPA only they can implement. Simply to say, in every educational program or plan related to teacher education, NAYUPA is one of the body. You have to remember that. NCERT implement, organize anything, NAYUPA helps them out. So NCTE, in doing any preparations or any plans or any organizing of any program, whether it is in service or pre-service, NAYUPA helps them out. UGC, any program, new innovators, helping for the research workers, everything is helped by NAYUPA. So NAYUPA acts as one of the major body in helping in the national level. And also we spoke about what are the state level institutions, there is regional level institutions. We spoke about national level institutions. International level also we have another one called as UNESCO. So UNESCO, with the help of UNESCO, NAYUPA tries to implement many of the educational programs in the university level and at the educational level in our country. So NAYUPA, you have many of the objectives which are given in your textbook. Those are very good. They offer, I already told you, as I told you, NCT what they do, NCERT what they do, UGC what they do, even NAYUPA also is, that is the reason first I spoke about NCERT, then I spoke about NCT, then UGC. So all these three bodies which we priorly spoke, without the help of NAYUPA, they cannot implement anything. So NAYUPA plays a major role in implementing NCERT schemes or NCT schemes or UGC schemes. Is it clear, ma? It is the main body when we speak about teacher education, NAYUPA. That is National University of Educational Planning and Administration. It does not only plan and organize, but it acts as the administrator also. So this is about NAYUPA. NAYUPA, much information has been given in your textbook. You can just have a look of what is NAYUPA. It is just the equal body. It acts. So apart from NCERT, NCT, UGC, they have only few aims and objectives. But all these three are mixed up with NAYUPA. NAYUPA sees into everything. All the programs and all the plans implemented by both NCERT, NCT or SSCERT or UGC, everything is covered by NAYUPA. So these are the national and regional institutions of or institutions of teacher education. So with this we complete our 4.4, that is policies and practices in teacher education. In tomorrow's class, we are going to speak about equality in education, gender and marginalized groups. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about 4.5, that is equality in education, gender and marginalized group. So maybe by tomorrow we can complete the 4th unit. If it is possible, we'll try to complete our 4th unit and then we'll go for our 5th unit. If it is possible, we'll complete. Otherwise, we have till November 10th. So these are very small topics. If we can complete tomorrow, we'll complete, or else we'll try to complete it on Saturday. So tomorrow class, we are going to discuss about equality in education, gender and marginalized group. So as of now, whatever we spoke about policies and practices in teacher education, this national and regional institutions of education, you don't need to read all these whatever is given in your textbook. Only major points you mention. NCERT, what is its aim? One of the aim and one of the objective, and what does it function? NCTE, what is the aim and what is the objective and what is the function of it? UGC, what is the aim, when was it was established, during which year, and what is its main objective or the aim? Then NIUPA, what is the main objective or the aim? Then coming to the regional institutions of education or college of teacher education or Indian advanced education, all these you just write down the aims and objectives. That's it. If a question comes, but if it is only for the short time, you just write down the sentences, that is full forms of the abbreviations, when was it established and what is the aim. That is more than enough. This is most of the time it will be what are the policies. Most of the time they ask. The only reason I took 3 days for this topic is because as you are a teacher, now you are into this field, so that is the reason I thought of giving you all notes, especially with few information which will be helpful for you. So tomorrow also, if it is necessary, equality in education, if I don't feel your textbook is given ample of information, then I'll give you notes apart from that. So as of now, anyone has any doubts, just let me know, ma. Nobody are there? All left?
No doubts, ma'am. Understood the topic.
Yeah, anyone has any doubts, ma? Just let me know, ma. I'm really feeling sorry, ma. Even at 11:50, people are asking me to allow them to enter the class, ma. It is not that I don't want you all to come come into my class and sit. The main reason is you won't be knowing what I'm telling, ma. If you come also, it will be waste. So that is the reason I'm not allowing you all. There were people from 11:40 still coming. That will be a disturbance for me. See, if you are only coming for the attendance sake, please don't come. For the attendance sake, you don't come, please. If you want to listen to the class, please try to come. 11:40 also people are asking me to, ma'am, please make me enter. And still 11:45, few of them are coming. Till 12 o'clock also one of them are coming. See, I know you have your problems. I don't say you don't have any problem, but it's waste of you all to come. You won't be knowing anything. Within 5 or 10 minutes, I'll be winding up the class. It will be waste if you won't understand anything. So it's better don't try to come. No, don't waste your time and mine. I'm busily giving you all the lesson. Suddenly you will come and you'll ask me to enter. That will be a problem. And you type some messages where I cannot see or I cannot respond while I'll be teaching in the class. So any doubts in practices and policies in teacher education, ma?
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So after we finish our 4th and 5th units also, if we have time, we are going to discuss about NCERT and NCTA and NIUPA in detail, ma'am. So only the gist part I told you, only what is it, and what are the aims and objectives which I spoke, only very little I spoke about that. After we complete off our 5th unit also, if we still have time, we will discuss in detail about it. Is it clear to everyone, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
NCF
Okay, ma'am.
for teacher education 2009 is there, no, ma'am? So, ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah. Tell me, ma'am.
In national curriculum frame, NCF, ma'am, national curriculum framework.
NCF, yes.
Regarding that also.
National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2009. Okay, this one is also given in your text, no?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's...
you in next class you can continue, ma'am. You can
tomorrow's class I'll tell something about NC. I did not see, but only the main major bodies are these now. So these 4 bodies only act as a national level organizations for teacher education. So NC, what he said is not given actually, but still it is given in your textbook. So tomorrow we are going to discuss about few topics about this one, that is National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education, NCFTE. So about that also we are going to discuss tomorrow's class. It is very easy. It only sees about the curriculum framework in the teacher education. So with the help of NCERT only this will done, because NCERT is the person or are the people who are the publishers of education. So curriculum framework means these try to build up the curriculum framework of your 2 years course. So what has to be given, what should be there at what time. So the almanac is prepared by this. So this will be that. So tomorrow's class also we can discuss about this.
Okay, ma'am.
Rest of all are not so important. Pandit, only you can just write down the names. Pandit Sundarlal Sharma, Central Institution of Vocational Education, National Institution of Education. These are not that important, so I do not mention. But these four are very important. NCERT, NCTE, UGC, and also NAYUPA. Don't get because the last also you have few things to speak about that, because National Knowledge Commission and University Education in your unit 5, the last one speaks about all these NCERT, NCTE and UGC. So I thought it will be helpful for you. Tomorrow's class we are going to discuss a few about National Curriculum Framework for Teacher Education 2009, and then go for quality, equality in education, gender and marginalized groups. Is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
UGC is not given in the textbook, ma'am. I did not find.
Yeah, UGC is not given in the textbook, ma'am, but many of my major textbooks, I already told you, my BEd and my MEd and my further study textbooks, everything I have mentioned about UGC, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Like, if you feel important, can you please give us the notes for, like, whatever the points you have said, is it okay if we write in the exam?
Only those are enough, Ramani. See Ramani, what happens is, NCERT you have 2 pages. Your examination, your essay answer itself, you have to write 2 papers, 2 pages of essay answer.
Yes, ma'am.
If you write only about NCTE, it will take 1 paper, full objectives and aims. So it is waste, So the person who is correcting already knows everything about NCTE. Only he sees whether you know the gist of it, whether you know the full form of NCERT, whether you know what does it do in the central place and state place. So only what you'll write is, put the heading as National Council of Teacher Education and Training established, put a hyphen and write down, put a small dash and write down only the major parts, you just highlight. That's it, more than enough, ma. No need of writing paragraphs and all, because you have to write many institutions, national level institutions and state level institutions.
Yeah, yes. Okay, ma'am.
Only 2 pages.
Like, you said UGC, so UGC I was checking, it is not there. Only that was missing. Okay, ma'am, no issues. I have written whatever.
See now, it is not that only whatever is given in your textbook, they will see and they'll be, okay, you know many things, they will be knowing, because University Grants Commission is the main body which will help you for further studies also, even in teacher education also. If you want to do your post-doctorate courses. Is it clear, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So, any other questions, ma'am? Any other doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. So, about the curriculum framework, tomorrow we are going to discuss and then go for the, this is what we call as, the next one is equality in education. With that, we will wind up unit 4, ma'am. Is it clear, ma'am?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Bye.